Hi book lovers! My name is Rebecca O'Malley, and today, as an introductory video, I'm going to go through my social media tag with you and explain why I use what I use, and that will hopefully be a bit more interesting than me just rambling on about myself. So my social media tag, for those who don't know, is writer, aspiring author, avid reader, down the rabbit hole for good. Most of these are basically self-explanatory, but I figured I'd give a quick explanation as to why I use each one. So writer, I am a writer. I'm writing my first novel at the moment. I'm on draft 3 of that. I write short stories for Dungeons and Dragons and just for fun. I write poetry. I'm not very good at it really, but I enjoy writing poetry. And just any other random fiddly bits that I like to write, I write. I write in journals, planners, etc. Now, I included aspiring author as a separate thing from a writer because, of course, an author is a writer, but in my opinion, very humble opinion, most people who classify themselves as authors have been published. So my goal is to publish my novel and then hopefully publish lots more after. I have actually had an academic paper published, so I suppose I could say that I'm technically an author, but it's in a different field from what I'm actually aspiring towards. So aspiring author. Then avid reader. So obviously, like most writers, I love reading. I have since I was a little girl. My dad used to read to my siblings and I every single night, The Three Little Investigators, which was a series that his dad actually read to him when he was a kid, which follows 3 boys who run a detective agency, basically, and Alfred Hitchcock is their mentor. From there it progressed to, by the time I was the age of 6, I started reading to my dad instead of the other way around. We'd sit down and do the Goosebumps Choose Your Own Scare books together, and I'd read, we'd make the decisions as a team, and my dad is actually the one that taught me to put your finger in the page that you're up to so that if you make a mistake, you can go back easily and try and fix it. So thanks for that, Dad. And thank you for inspiring a lifelong love of reading in me. I'm the only one of my siblings that really got that. My sister likes to read, but not as frequently as I do. And then, of course, down the rabbit hole for good. I am a huge Alice's Adventures in Wonderland fan. I love everything about Alice. I never read it as a book, but I did enjoy the Disney animated version. I ended up reading the book in my early 20s, and I fell head over heels in love with the entire story, so much so that I ended up having an Alice-themed wedding. We had a mad tea party, so we didn't do a sit-down meal, we did basically a high tea. The bridal party were dressed as different characters from the books. So I wore blue for Alice, my husband wore a top hat and a vest for the Mad Hatter, etc. And the celebrant even wore bunny ears, to be the White Rabbit, who in the story kind of brings Alice down into Wonderland, so I thought that would be very interesting and symbolic. I collect a whole bunch of different editions of Alice and related books, which maybe I'll show you one day. And I love the creativity of the story. I love how much the author managed to fit in there. I love all of the jokes, all of the double meanings, all of the symbology. It's very interesting to me, so I ended up just falling in love with the story, and now it is my favorite book of all time. So that is me, guys. Hopefully I didn't ramble on too much. And I will see you in my next video. I'm thinking at this point I will mostly be doing videos about reading. I don't feel that I'd be confident giving much writing advice. If I ever did, it'd be from my own personal experience. And so it might not be that helpful for you guys. But if I ever feel like there is a topic about writing that I can manage and tackle, I will. But I want you guys to know, for now, this will primarily be a reading channel, but it'll end up being, I think, a mix of reading and writing. I can, at the very least, share with you my own journey writing. Not giving advice or anything like that, just giving random updates, discussing things I've experienced, personal opinions and things like that. So, hope to see you guys next time. Bye!